We humans are very bad at memorizing things, and just repeating them over and over is probably not going to cut it for you. But fear not, because I have a technique that you might like a lot. We're talking about the Mind Palace. Very simply put, it's a mental space that is based on the real space that you put extremely bizarre or strange things in order for you to memorize other things. In other words, you would be connecting a new memory to an existing one. Elementary, my dear Watson.
Elementary, my dear Holmes.
So there's a show, Sherlock Holmes, from the BBC TV series. I'm gonna put the link below. In one of these episodes, Sherlock just asks everybody to just leave because he needs to visit his mind palace. If I were you, I would stop everything right now and I would go click on the link below so you can go check that out. No, seriously, go below, go check it out, and you're gonna have a really good idea of what I'm talking about with a mind palace. The Mind Palace was created about this Greek poet about 2,500 years ago. His name was Simonides. Oh, and by the way, regarding the Sherlock Holmes thing, you don't need to do all the, Doctor Strange type of thing. It's really cool, but you don't need to do that. But still, this technique is extremely powerful. Okay, now here's how you create your own Mind Palace. First, you need to choose a place that you're very familiar with. This could be your childhood home, for example. Now, in this space, I need you to establish permanent objects. Think that you don't want to have the same object in the house twice. So, for example, in your kitchen, you don't want to have 2 tables. You don't want to have all 6 chairs. Perhaps you just want to leave 1 chair. Another example would be a jar. Remove all the items that you might have in your head. Just leave the jar as is, completely empty. Now, number 3. You need to decide what is the path you're gonna take every time you enter this mind palace. So think of your house. You walk through the door. If you need to turn right to go to the kitchen and you decide that that's gonna be the path, and then you gotta turn left to go to the bathroom, and then you gotta turn back out to go to the living room. This path that I just created, kitchen, bathroom, living room, this has to be the same thing you use over and over and over and over. In other words, don't mess with the system. If you established that you're gonna go right, and then left, do not go left, then right, then right. You need to keep the same pattern. Now, here's how you store and create those bizarre memories so you can remember things. Imagine the example that I just gave you, and we're gonna use that as our mind palace. It's gonna be the kitchen, and then the bathroom, and then the living room, okay? We're gonna go and walk through the kitchen, and then we're gonna go into the bathroom. Now imagine we need to remember an ace of spades, okay, the card. Here's a trick. On top of the sink, I want you to imagine this monkey screaming, just making all sorts of noises. And this monkey has this t-shirt that says, "I love ace of spades." That's how you're gonna remember it. It has to be something absurd, something would not happen. Hopefully you would never find this monkey wearing this t-shirt in your bathroom. But the idea is, now that we'll go back, so go back to the beginning of the house, we're going in, we're gonna turn right to go to our kitchen, and then we're gonna go to our bathroom. And in our bathroom, there's gonna be this screaming monkey. And then every time we walk out, we go to the living room, and so on. So you start inserting these pieces of information throughout your mind palace. So now you can imagine how this works and how you can add more and more information. You can put stuff on top of a chair, on top of a table, inside of a drawer, on the ceiling, whatever. And then the other thing is that whenever you feel like your mind palace is becoming too full, you can always create a second one. Obviously, you want to use a different location, but you can always create a new Mind Palace. So you would have Mind Palace 1, Mind Palace 2, Mind Palace 3, and so on. Another idea is that you could create them for different reasons. So one of them would be birthdays, one of them would be math classes, one of them would be history classes. I don't know. Maybe you decide that in your living room, you're gonna have the Beatles performing there for no reason at all whatsoever. They're just there. Cool? This is the Mind Palace, and it's one of my favorite techniques. It is extremely powerful. Do not sleep on this technique. You should start using it now. Give it a shot, see if it works for you. But definitely, definitely, definitely don't forget about mind palaces.